final score, Northampton Town 0, Wrexham 2. Oh, this was good, wasn't it? So controlled and so in control. I mean, you can't really ask for more than what we put out there. I mean, let's not forget Northampton under Kevin Nolan have revived themselves terribly well. They'd won their last 2 games against decent opposition. And so this was a test. And a test that we passed brilliantly, because this was as comfortable a win as you're going to get. 2 up halfway through the first half after a spectacularly fast start. And after that, it was us who were making the chances. Of said in the commentary that Howard's clean sheet, it's not just he didn't have to make any saves, he didn't have to take any crosses that I can recall. It was impressive. Like I said, we made a side that is playing well look really ordinary. I'm not trying to say that to be funny about them. That was the level that we were at. It was incredibly pleasing. And, well, 3 away games in a row, wins in a row now. 4 wins in a row. Good momentum. So, unchanged from the last league match where we won at Crawley, and we started, like I said, very, very quickly. I mean, the first half hour, there was no space in midfield, both sides really pressing aggressively, but we had something that Northampton didn't have, Sam Smith. And basically, as we observed in the Crawley game, he just gives you more options with his attributes of pace and strength. He makes these great runs in, and you can drop a ball in behind the defenders and he will make something of it. If he doesn't get there, and he gets there a lot, he also he'll cause problems. The defenders turned and they've got a problem getting the ball clear. In fact, in the first minute we had a moment where it could happen. Owen O'Connell, playing in the centre of the back 3, was just constantly pinging balls over the top for Smith to chase after, like somebody taking their border collie for a walk and throwing the ball. And he put a beauty at it, just cleared Willis. Smith was round the back of the last defender, admittedly running away from goal, but he took an absolutely unbelievable touch. I mean, that's the other thing with Smith, is the way he receives the ball, these difficult passes coming through the air over his shoulder. He took it beautifully, and then unluckily for Wrexham, he slipped. And it was, I mean, he'd done so much right, it was a shame he just couldn't quite manage to keep his feet. There was a sort of half-hearted shout for a penalty because Willis made some contact, but it wasn't worth asking, I don't think, really. Willis apparently came into the game struggling with an injury. He'll be off after half an hour after suffering a torrid time. When you're not 100%, don't be marking Smith. Smith, anyway, got his first goal for Wrexham at the 20th minute, and it's Howard hitting it long. Willis, again, couldn't cut it out. It went over his head. You know, that sort of thing you're sort of expecting to be carrying through to the keeper, but no. Smith latched onto it in the left channel. Keeper starts to come out, and Smith very confidently slotted it across him into the bottom right corner. And Wrexham had a deserved lead. We were playing with terrific intensity. 2 minutes later, 2-0. Again, it's that intensity. Because the other thing is that now, when we're looking to go long, if you're knocking the ball in over the top and Smith is making it difficult for players to clear it on the turn, they're not getting much distance on their clearances. If you play it in the air for him or Rodriguez, they're not winning it, forcing loose balls to drop in a Northampton half. And, well, I mean, with our midfield much higher up the pitch than it has been when we've been struggling away from home, are there a better pair of centre mids to win second balls than Dobson and Rathbone in this division? I suspect not. And this one was all about that. Ball played forwards. Deitch, the centre-back. Yeah, son of Sean. Backpedaling. Can't get enough power on his header clear. Rathbone intercepts. Brings it into the edge of the area. There's a little bit of a scramble, but Rathbone stays strong. Watch off the ball. As Andy Morel pointed out to me, Jay Rodriguez, the beautiful job of just stepping across his man to make sure Northampton can't get an extra player in there to challenge Rathbone. And Rathbone, having got himself through, then finished really well. Didn't quite get hold of the shot, but it is perfectly placed across the keeper and in off the far post. We are rampant at this point. Northampton struggling to make any real threat. They do make their one sort of half chance of the match from a Mitch Pinnock corner. He puts it in. There's a bit of a scramble in which their debutant striker, Derek Costello, hits a shot from about 8 yards, which is blocked in the crowded goal mouth, and the ball is cleared. But then at the other end, Wrexham continues to make problems. McLean whipping in a nasty corner from the right-hand side, which everybody missed, and hit the far post and bounces back out again. Before, in added time, we go close a couple more times. Firstly, a free kick in midfield, very clever one by Barnett, feeding it down the right channel. And it's latched onto by Rodriguez, who chips it back in. I think he's going for goal, and I think he's a little bit unlucky because it's a good strike, and Sanev is able to jump and catch it over his head. 6 inches more, and Sanev's in trouble. It was a nice idea. Sorry, I said catch over. He tipped her over, rather. 6 inches more, and he's not reaching it, I beg your pardon, from that corner. And McLean looked like he may have been going for goal again, having seen that first one where Sanev was pinned and really didn't do a very good job of coming for it. This one's inside the near post. Sanev, desperate, collides with the post as he paws it away. So 2 up at half time, looking very, very comfortable. And of course you wonder, will there be a reaction from Northampton? No, because Wrexham immediately start powerfully. In fact, 2 minutes into the second half, it could easily have been 3. Nice play by Rathbone. Good ball down the left-hand side. McLean is there, feeds the ball in. Rodriguez running onto it, about 15 yards out, hits it first time, and it's a decent save. It's too close to the keeper, and luckily for Rodriguez, although to be fair, I don't think you can really see the sides of the goal as defenders are converging. He has to take it first time, and Sanev is able to block it, and it ricochets safely away. But Wrexham continue to show that level of control. Rathbone, Dobson and James are really in command in the middle of the pitch. The defence looks rock solid. The wing-backs are getting high up the pitch. Rathbone feeds a good ball to McLean on the left-hand side. He stands in another cross. This time Rodriguez gets up with the centre-back, Adebayo. Adebayo's arm is stretching out towards Rodriguez, and Rodriguez heads it and then has a shout for handball against him, which the away end certainly like the look of. It's hard to see, there's no replay on it. I don't think it's a handball. It looks to me like, although his arms are in unnatural positions, it looks to me like the ball hits Adebayo on the head and bounces clear. We make changes, as we usually do. There's around 20 minutes left. Fletcher comes on to relieve Rodriguez, and he's immediately involved and has a couple of chances. Firstly, a half chance, really. Smith doing really well to put pressure on the ball, which allows Dobson to make a good tackle. And then he looks to feed Fletcher in one-on-one with the keeper, and it looks like he's about to make it. But Deitch, who is wrong side of Fletcher, does really well to stretch in and make a tackle. And then a minute later, a proper chance for Fletcher. Wrexham, again, putting the pressure on. James picking it up and dinking a delicious little ball to the far post. Fletcher manages to get goal side of the defence. He's unmarked. He's about 8 yards out. And he doesn't get the header right. I mean, to be fair, maybe because it's a chip, maybe there's not a lot of pace on the ball. But he will have expected to have done better than head the ball across the keeper and a fair distance wide. A couple more changes with around 10 minutes left. Predictable ones, of course. Longman, again, giving Barnett a break. And up front, Jack Marriott's coming on to give Smith a break. And we continue to put that pressure on. Like I said, there's no... Northampton have a couple of spells in the second half where they have the ball in our half. But our defence is rock solid and they really don't get at us. They don't really lay a glove on us. 5 minutes left. McLean, beg your pardon, sweeping in the corner to the far post. Fletcher wins it, knocks it in the goal mouth. Cleworth stretching, heads it towards goal. McGowan with a really spectacular clearance. I think the head is just going wide, but McGowan, airborne, twists and manages to hook it on round the post for another corner. And that corner sees us get a yellow card. In peculiar circumstances, it seemed to me, although again there's no replay really that shows you anything. Corner comes in. There's a scramble in the edge of the 6-yard box. Ultimately, it's cleared. You can just catch on the footage that as the ball is going away on the edge of the screen, Cleworth's shirt is up around his shoulders and he's sort of spinning around. It's McGeehan who's got hold of him. And play stops because proper Barney breaks out in the goal mouth with lots of players involved. McGeehan is still holding on to Cleworth, his shirt's high up on his back. Both of the players get booked. Well, all I can say from the footage is that clearly McGeehan is grabbing hold of Cleworth, and begs the question, if the ref had been able to see it in time, it's a penalty, I guess. There's no evidence of anything Cleworth does except have his shirt pulled and not say thank you very much, Mr. McGeehan, and walk away. So I think he's a bit unlucky. But anyway, we continue, in the last chance of the match in added time falls to Wrexham. Cleworth with a good ball out of the left-hand side. McLean, constant service from him. Feeds it inside to Marriott. Northampton are stretching all over the place. Marriott on the left channel, just inside the box, tries to curl it around the keeper, but sets it too far outside the far post. And the danger is gone, and the game is over, and Wrexham have won in most impressive manner. I mean, really, really, really in control. I mean, just to illustrate that, looking through the performances, Howard, essentially unemployed. Comfortable a clean sheet as he's ever going to keep in his life. Did get an assist though, to be fair. The Pirlo of goalkeeping, pinging that long ball in for Sam Smith. The three centre-backs were excellent when they were called upon. I guess that's the best way of putting it, isn't it? Really, Cleworth again very comfortable and progressing the ball well. In the centre, O'Connell, commanding in the air. His long passing was really important for us. I mean, the quality of our passing from the back three into midfield, again, it's what Phil Parkinson has recruited, and it was a key part of what we're doing. Brunt, again, very exciting in the way he plays, isn't he? He's so good with those massive leaps and then hovering in the air and heading the ball clear, and the way he carries the ball forwards at pace as well. Yeah, the three of them were an excellent defensive unit. Barnett was good down the right-hand side, although actually we came a bit more down the left in this match, but Barnett, I thought as well in the second half, when we were having those little spells of pressure, I thought did really well defensively, and shows how well he's come on, I would argue, since he first came to us, when he looked more like a winger playing a wing back. He's really developed well the defensive side of his game. The attacking side of his game, that's quite good too, isn't it? McLean was excellent, I thought, on the left. Really a terrific work rate, lots of balls into the box. Yeah, he had a good game. Centre mid, ran the match. Matty James breaking play up when needed, but it was more about his intelligent use of the ball, moving the ball on quickly. He was right in the heart of everything. He made sure the midfield was stepping up as a unit. We played higher than we have done in previous away games, and I thought he was extremely impressive. His calmness under pressure is really good, because Northampton were pressing hard. And then ahead of him, Rathbone and Dobson were absolutely superb. Just the way they were putting pressure on their passing as well. Rathbone and Dobson running into good positions. I beg your pardon, they really, for me, stood out. And then up front, again, Rodriguez is so clever. He picks up these nice little positions. He drops between the lines. He feeds these neat little passes towards Smith. They're still not quite, I think, finding their targets. He's still just settling into the role, and when they really do consistently do that, we're going to be more dangerous again, because we'll be getting more supply to Smith, who looks like a proper striker, doesn't he? He's really strong, confident, aggressive, direct, quick. How many other nice adjectives can we think about him? But I mean, Northampton were terrified of him. That's the long and the short of it. He was absolutely superb. The subs that came on, well, Fletcher had a couple of chances, bless him, and wasn't able to take them on this occasion, but he, again, was strong in the air, as ever, and a threat. Alongside him, Marius was lively in the 10 minutes that he got, and Longman had a couple of runs at his man too. But overall, excellent performance. I mean, really, you can't ask for much more than that. Wrexham, as I say, a run of away wins. Who'd have thunk it? With a final score of Northampton 0, Wrexham 2, I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.